Last year, I swore I would never book 2 weddings in one weekend again. Clearly, I didn't listen to myself. So here's the deal. Am I gonna learn from my mistakes? Or am I gonna suffer the consequences and have severe burnout? Let's find out. It's Monday morning and we're at my mom's garden. So normally I don't like to pick on a Monday, but since I'm here, my mom has lots of those woody stems. She has 2 really nice 9-bark trees, some spirea trees, and those will definitely last till the wedding. We're gonna grab some of those things, as well as a dahlia that's not quite perfect to pick, but it's sort of a use it or lose it situation. So I'm gonna pick it, hope that it opens up nicely and that it'll be just perfect in time for the wedding. I'm also going to grab a bunch of these Cosmo greens too. They might not make it to the wedding, but if they do, they'll be extremely helpful. I really wish that calendula over there would last until Saturday because there's so much of it. And it is so pretty, but if I pick it now, forget it. All right, I've got my bucket. This is about everything I think I need and can last until Saturday. So I'll see you in a few days. It's Wednesday evening, so that means it's time to get picking most of the flowers. So I'm gonna be raiding my garden, seeing what I can get. Then I'm also gonna be grabbing some goldenrod from the ditches around our acreage. And then finally, I'm gonna head out to Monica's, who of course has my back with the sunflowers. So enough chatting, let's get picking. So I was harvesting these status and I found something, well, absolutely terrifying. Check out this disgusting invasion. I mean, I guess these flowers are done for. Maybe I'll just like cut them off and feed this to the chickens. For the sunflower neutral wedding, the bride specifically requested some boutonnieres with small sunflowers if that was at all possible. Now, I wasn't 100% sure, and Monica was growing some intentionally, but I don't think they worked out for her. But thankfully, my poor soil and bad growing skills came to the rescue. Even if I can't do all the boutonnieres, this one is like the perfect size. Morning, friends. Yesterday I did not quite finish harvesting all the flowers, but I got a good chunk of them done. So we just need a few more pails, and then I have a helper coming a little bit later. This helper is new to me, so we will see how she works out, but met her before and I think she'll be a pretty good worker and it should be a good day. So both brides are coming to pick up tomorrow, so we got a lot of work to do today, and of course there's rain in the forecast, but thankfully we have the coverall, so there is a place to work outdoors without getting rained on. Here's a little fun surprise. This is my second succession of snapdragons, and I really didn't think that some would be blooming by now, but look, we have 2 white snapdragons, although stupid bugs, I'll have to drown that bug out. Oh, hello there. Please get out of my amaranth. Thank you. So for the next thing we're picking, this is a little something special that I have planned for the sunset or the soft sunrise bouquet palette, and that is some choke cherries that aren't quite ripe. And I think they're gonna look so beautiful and just add that perfect little touch of red, but that's not too overwhelming. So everything is harvested, we're all set up, ready to go. So we have two completely different styles, but they do carry over some of the same elements. So both of them will have a beautiful white light or white night, depending which ones I have, sunflowers in them, but the more neutral sunflower one will go with some of the regular colored sunflowers. And then the other one, which has only the white nights and the white lights in them, will have the more like soft sunset palettes. So lots of pinks, oranges, those choke cherries, that's going in that one. And I think our first task will be, now that we've got everything, is to just sort of divide and conquer. So, all right, let's go and separate out the bride bouquet stuff, because that's the fun part. All right, so this is the part that I know all of you fellow farmer florists who do wedding work are waiting for. And so I've separated out both of the weddings, and the first one I'm gonna work on is the neutral sunflower one. So let's talk about the ingredients that I'm using for this one. So first, let's just appreciate all of these colors, kind of how they work together. I think this looks so pretty. This is from the willow trees in my driveway. We have lots of them. Then I got these sunflowers. Of course, now I can't remember the name. Monica's gonna be annoyed with me. I can't remember if they're a horizon or not. I feel like they're not, but got these ones from Monica. Then we have a bit of the lady's mantle, and this is sort of in the use it or lose it stage. If I let this go any longer, it's probably gonna get brown. Then we have some like wild sage or some sort of plant they found in the ditches by our acreage. Then of course cress, like it's literally not a shifting blooms wedding if there isn't cress. Then we have some white snaps. I believe these are my Madam Butterflies, but I'm not, so maybe they're not, they could be rockets. I'm not 100% sure, but they're white snapdragons. Then we have some white straw flowers. Now it rained for a bit, so of course they're closed up, but they'll open up again. Some goldenrod, a few white cosmos, which I may or may not use. You know what, this one's looking a little rough too. I think that one gets the boot as well. Frosted explosion grass, always a staple. Then we have some white night sunnies that we're gonna use, some white dara, then some more random willow type tree on our acreage property. Fennel flower, a new favorite because it smells like licorice. Who doesn't want that in their bouquet? And then finally we have the spirea. Love using this dried up. I think it's just so gorgeous. Excuse me. I think it's just so gorgeous, and I'll be using this now until like winter, essentially, as much of it as I can grab for my mom. All right, so if you watch this channel before, you know I always like need to take a bit of a deep breath and say a little prayer before we like do the bride's bouquet, because it's always a little bit nerve-wracking, but here we go. And I should also say too, if you've never done a bouquet with sunflowers, I find sunflowers probably the hardest flowers to work with bouquets, because you really need to be aware of what direction the flower is facing and where you put it in the bouquet. So if I would put something like this in the center of the bouquet, it's gonna get hidden with the other flowers. So this one has to be aside. Whereas this sunny sits a little bit more up, so this one can go more in the middle of the bouquet. Say my prayer, take my breath, and away we go. So the bride's bouquet is done. I am so happy with it. I never know exactly how these bouquets are going to turn out. So this one was definitely a little bit more of an oval shape than I maybe normally comes out of my hands, or at least this year that comes out of my hands, but I'm so hoping she'll love it. I think it'll look so good with the bridesmaid dresses and everything. So, all right. Apparently I don't have a lot to say. Let's go on to the next one, the soft sunset palette, and I'll show you exactly what I'm planning for it, and I think you're gonna love it. All right, let's talk about all the individual flowers. So we have some hot biscuits amaranth. We also have, there's zinnias in another place too, but I think these are Oklahoma series. 2 of these might be queen limes, not really sure, but zinnias. Then we also have some coral asters. Now on both the zinnias and the asters, the stem length might be a little short. I don't know if they're actually going to make it in the bouquet, but if they don't, they will make it into the cake flowers or someplace. Then we have that lady's mantle again, some more of that random willow, my favorite Potomac sunset snapdragons. Love, always in my garden. We have some straw flowers, which again, because of the rain, haven't quite opened yet, but they will. They're going to be glorious. Then some of those white night sunflowers, more willows, just kind of a different leaf shape, a bit of peach mixed status, then frosted explosion grass, a little bit of goldenrod. We have more of those queen lime zinnias, like, hi there, aren't you amazing? So pretty. A few pin cushions, which may or may not make it into the bouquet as well. And then one Seattle dahlia. And then one, I think this is rust bucket, not 100% sure, but I've been saving this one for a week in the fridge. So hopefully this all works together. Let's make a bouquet. All right, so this bouquet is done. So pleased with how it turned out. You know, I almost wasn't sure about this rust bucket dahlia here, but it just really helped tie in some of the choke cherries very nicely. I ended up not using the other dahlia, just felt a little bit too bright and fluorescent, but I think my bride is going to be really happy with the result. What you doing, ladies? Better not be eating my flowers. So now that we're done both of the bride's bouquets, the work is not over. Our next job is my helper is going to do all of the boutonnieres for the neutral wedding, and I'm going to make the mason jar arrangement for the soft sunrise wedding. What do you think you two are doing? You're not eating my cress, are you? Hey, yo, you don't eat cress. Get out. Get out. Get out of my frosted explosion grass. Hey, no, Arlene. You don't eat the frosted explosion grass. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's extremely insistent that this is his home. You must find another home. I see you circling. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Get out of there. Get out of there. Arlene, Betsy, what do you have to say for yourself? Picking on my flowers. That's right. Out you get. So it's Thursday afternoon, time to pick up the girls, but the good thing is we got pretty much everything done. All I have to do is do about 4 more boutonnieres and then both orders are filled. Morning, YouTube. So it's Saturday morning, the day of both the weddings, and my last bride is coming to pick up nice and early. So thankfully with my helper, I was able to get everything done except for 4 boutonnieres, and I'm going to do those right now because they're for this bride that's coming right away. One cool thing was normally I don't get to see the bride's reaction. Usually I tell them it's, you know, better if they send someone else to do the pickup because they're going to be way too busy getting their hair done, and honestly, they should probably just be relaxing if at all possible the morning of their wedding. But I think both of these weddings are smaller weddings. Bride has a little bit more freedom. So I got to see the bride's reaction last night, and she was just so happy with her bouquet. She has exactly what she was looking for. And it makes me so happy. Like, that's why I do my job, right? To, give somebody something beautiful for one of the most important days of their life and just have them feel really great about themselves in that small little way. But okay, let's make some boutonnieres. So thankfully, both of the brides love their bouquets. Everything worked out fine. And I did, in fact, learn from my lessons from last year. I got some help. And also because both of the weddings were smaller orders, only requiring one bridal bouquet and then maybe just some buckets, boutonnieres, no bridesmaid bouquets. It was a lot easier to manage. So I hope that if you're also a fellow flower farmer, that you too will get help as your business grows. And if you want to learn more about flower farming and how I make my business work, you can check out the comments. I'll post the backyard business. Also, Cut Flowers Made Simple for those of you who are just getting into cut flower growing. It's a great resource. All right, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.